To get started with this video, I'm going to be using this yarn. It's double knit crochet. I've used it before, so I don't have the label, but I will try and find the picture online of the yarn that I used. It's double knit, it's 100% acrylic, and then I use a 3.5 millimeter hook. You can use a 4 millimeter hook. So this is a very easy top. You can do it as a beginner, and I hope you find it easy or easy enough. So we are going to start with the slip knot. So you go under and over. So there we go. And now we are going to chain 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to chain 70. I'm going to leave it here and meet you when I am done. Once you have crocheted your 70, you are going to chain 3. So hold on here, chain 1, 2, 3, and we are going to do double crochets. We're going to make double crochets. So you go under, and then where you were holding on, you go underneath, pull through, and then you're going to pull through 2 and then pull through 2. That's double crochet. So you go under, go into this space, pull through 2, pull through 2. So we are going to continue with this. Let me do this and lock it. All right, we are going to continue with the double crochet, going back, and I am going to meet you at the end. Remember, if you are this top is for a small to a medium. So if you are a medium to a large, please add 4 more chains. So you're going to chain 74, and then if you're a large to an extra large, you can chain 4 more chains. So that means 8 chains from the initial. So this is how it's looking, and I'll meet you at the end. We have reached the end of the row, of this row, and now I'm going to chain 1, turn the work around, and we are going to go into the first space to do a double crochet in that space. So that counts as 1, 2, and then we continue. So this is our second row, and you're going to need to make 19 rows. So this is our second row, 19 rows. You can increase the rows if you want to make the top longer, but I don't want the top to be long. I want it to be crop. So you continue, and then when you reach the end of this side, you're going to chain 1 like we did here, and then turn around. So I have already done the back panel. So I've already done 19 rows, and now when you have done 19, we're going to switch things up a bit. So when you've done 19, you are going to chain 1. It's still a 3.5 millimeter hook. I just changed it because I like this one. And we are going to go in here with a slip stitch because we want to get over here without cutting the yarn. So we're going to slip stitch into 1, slip stitch into 2, slip stitch into 3, slip stitch into 4, slip stitch into 5, and slip stitch into 6. So this is going to be our back panel. So we've done 6 slip stitches. You see, you can't tell that we've done any stitches. And now we are going to go in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the 7th, we're going to do 1 more slip stitch and do a double crochet by chaining 1, 2, 3. So this is how it looks. And then we are going to continue with our double crochet going all the way to the other side. So on the other side we need to do the same thing that we did at the beginning, but on the other side we're not going to do slip stitches because then we don't need to. So we're going to have to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to have to leave 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can even use a stitch marker to put it in here if you think you're gonna forget, but I'm not going to put it in. So I'm going to do that until here, and then we're going to turn around and I'll let you know how many rows I did. Alright, so I have left the 6 double crochets this side, and we are going to turn around. I'm going to chain 1, and then we are going to turn around and continue with our double crochets. All right, so we continue with our double crochets. So I'm going to make the double crochet 20 centimeters. Okay, so from here to up must be, I would say, around I would say around 20. Let's see, yeah. What's this? No. 10, I would say around 18, 19, yeah, 19, 20 centimeters. 19 or 20 centimeters. Let me put 19 here, and yeah, I'm going to do 19. So I'm going to crochet 19 centimeters, and then I will meet you to do the front panel. You're going to need to do 2 panels. So both panels is 19 double crochets rows, and then this is when you're going to decrease. The front is going to be slightly different from the back panel. All right, so I have completed, try to get out. I have completed, sorry, my desk is a mess. I've completed the back panel, and now we are going to do the front panel. All right, so that's the back panel. Now we are going to do the front panel. Remember, we did 19 going up, and then we skipped 6 and then did not do 6 on the other side. So now we are going to do the front panel. So I just need to finish this side. Chain 1. All right, so we are going to do the same thing we did, but different. We are going to skip 6 like we did with slip stitches. If you don't know how to do slip stitches, or you don't like slip stitches, you can cut the yarn and then count to 6, and then in the 7th you can tie the knot and do the chain 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then in the 7th we are going to make the one side of the front panel. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 additional rows on top of the 19. So the 19 ends here, then I did 18. So we are going to have to do 18 now. So I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3. We're going to have to do 18 rows going up, but it's going to be slightly different. So I've chained 3. That's my first double crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have done 10 double crochets, and then I'm going to chain 1 now and turn the work around right away, and then we are going to continue with these. So we've chained 1 and now we go in with double crochet. So if you are a beginner, I advise you, my tip is for you to count your double crochets so that you make sure that you have 10 until you get used to crocheting. So count as you go. Don't miss this last one. Going to go in there and do a double crochet, chain 1, and then we turn our work around, and we are continuing this way for 18 rows. 2. So you're going to do 10 double crochets for 18 rows. This is our 3rd row. Or it needs to match the back panel, the amount that you did. So if you wanted it to be longer because of the length from your chest to your shoulder, then you go in there, make sure the front matches the back. So here we go. I'm going to do my 18 double crochets on this side, and then on this side you're going to do the same thing. You are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then in the 7th you can tie your yarn and then continue. Actually, I prefer if you match this side, so I would count to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then count to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then attach the yarn here and do double crochets going up. But let me show you then. Okay, so I have completed this side with 18, and now we are moving on to this side. I've counted 6 and then I counted 10 because we are going to need to make 10 double crochets. So I'm just pulling through and then making a knot. There's my knot. Then just hold that, and then we're going to do a double crochet by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3, and then into the next. So you hold on to the other yarn and weave it in there. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, chain 1, and then you turn your work around, and this is how we're going to make 18 rows on the arm. And then from here on we are going to put our top together and make the edges. So I'm going to do the 19 offline, and then we will put together our edges. I'm going to use a different yarn just because I want to see what it looks like. You can use the same yarn or you can use a different color yarn, so don't forget that, so that it's 10. All right, so there we go. I'm going to finish off. So I'm putting this together. I'm gonna use a hook. You can use a yarn needle if you want. So I'm just gonna go underneath and Here's your one. So you can align the top, you should align the top, and you go underneath and then you do a single crochet, go underneath and single crochet. This is going to be your inside of the top. So this is how we put it together. With single crochet going through both sides. And we are going to, putting this together is actually easier. And there we go. And now I'm going to pull through and then we cut off. So you can do the same on the other side. And then over here you go, you put it together like that to align it, and then we are going to excuse me, make tie a knot there, and then we are going to do the same thing that we've been doing, and that is single crochets in between both sides, just like that. So I like to go through both of these, like through the lines, okay, and through the yarn instead of just going underneath. So you go over a line and then you go in between the crochet, the double crochets. There's the lines. So that's what we are going to do. If you want to make it easier, you can pick them up single-handedly like that and then pull through the line underneath, pull through, and then in between and in between, pull through. So that is how it looks, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so I'm going to use a gray yarn. It's the same type of yarn, and I am going to make a knot here. Right, and I am going to do a double crochet by chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to skip 1, 2, and then in the third we are going to crochet 5 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you say 1, 2, and then you do a slip stitch in there. Actually, let's do a single crochet so that it's not too tight. So there's a single crochet, and then you're going to skip 1, 2, and then in the third we're going to do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 1, 2, and then you do a single crochet. So this is how it's starting to look. Okay, I'm going to do one more, 1, 2, and this is how you are going to go around 3, 4, 5. You're going to go around doing this all the way to the other side and going up this way. When you reach this side, you are going to, I'll show you when you reach this side what we need to do. All right, so here you're going to skip. If you've crocheted over the line, you're going to skip here, and then you're going to going to skip one space, go into the next space, and you're going to make 5 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to skip the next line and then go into the next line with a single crochet, and then you're going to skip the one row, go in the middle of the other row, and then in between the double crochet you're going to make 5 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 5. Oh my goodness, this one does not want to. And then you're going to skip this row, and then we're going to go into that row. Wherever you go, you can grab the yarn to make your work look nicer. And then I'm skipping this row and then going into the next row to make 5 double crochets. So this is how you're going to do the sides. When we reach this side, we're just going to do single crochets when we reach the top, the back of the neck, because you don't need to have the scallops that side. 1, and then I'm going to do a single crochet in there. So yeah, that's how it looks. So single crochet, you're just going to go in, pull through. Let me just see if I can do that quickly. Skip, and then you go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then skip this, chain 1. And now I'm just going to do 3 here at the corner. 1, 2, 3, and then we reach the corner. Now we're going to do single crochet. So single crochets, you go underneath once. So you go into each crochet at the top with a single stitch until you reach the other side, and then you start crocheting the scallop. Let's start with the arm part of our crochet top, and I am going to do a knot here. So we can start with half double crochets going around. You can do single crochets, but I think I like half double crochets for this. So half double crochet, you go underneath, and then you go under, pull through, and then you pull through all of them. Where else with a double crochet you pull through 2 and then you pull through 2. So I'm going to go around doing half double crochet until I come back to this side. So I will meet you when we have completed our half double crochets. So remember, when you go around this side, you are going to go in between and then on the line, and then in between the line and on the line. So that's how we are going to do it. There we go. So I'm going to go around with a half double crochet, and then we will do the part of the arm. Okay, so I have went around and crocheted the arm, and now we are going to start the exciting part. So with that being said, we are going to start here in the corner. So we are going to go in the front. So I just want to show you, see there's two parts. So we're going to go into the front part and we're going to tie a knot, make a knot. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we are going to do a double crochet in the same space. Now we skip 1, 2, and we're going to go into the third. So gosh, this camera and the blurriness. 1, 2, so 1, 2, and then in the third we're going to do a double crochet and then chain 1, 2. Remember, we're working with the front, so you don't put it through both of them. And then we're going to count 1, 2, and then in the third we are going to go in the front post and do a double crochet, chain 1, 2, and do a double crochet, and that's how we're going to continue. 1, 2, and then in the third we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, 2. So this is how it's looking with the front post. There's the back, you can see. So we are going to do this up until the end of this arm here, and then when you get here you are going to do a half double crochet like we did all the way to the bottom here, and then I will show you what we need to do. So half double crochet is what we did here. We are going to do it when we get to this side, after we do all of this. Okay, so we have done the half double crochet and we are going to chain 1, 2, 3 after we joined down there, and then we go in the first triangle space. We're going to do a single crochet, and now we are going to the second space and we are going to do 3 double crochets, 2, 3, and then chain 1 and 3 double crochets in the same space, 2, 3, and then in the next space we are going to do a single crochet, and then we move on to the next space where we do 3 double crochets like we did, and then we are going to chain 1 and then do 3, chain 1 and then 3 double crochets, 2, 3, and then we move on to the next triangle with a space. So this is how it's looking. And remember, when we got here we just did single double crochet or half double crochet. So we are going to do all of this until here, and then we're going to cut off and do the next part. So now I've done that, and then 1, 2, 3, chain 1, then 1, 2, 3. So continue that way, then go in the next space with a single crochet. Continue that way until the end, and I'll meet you here. This is our first row done. Here we didn't do anything, we ended here. So now we are going to do the second row, and with the second row we are going to make 2 of these, the rows with the triangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath, and we are going to make a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I just want to look, then we need to see the front and see where the triangle is located, and we are going to do a triangle at the back in the same space. So we are going to go in there with a double crochet and then chain 1, 2, and then in the same space with a double crochet. And then we move on to the next space at the back where we did the other one, and we're going to do double crochet 1, 2, and then another double crochet. So we are going to continue and do this until the last double crochet, chain 1, 2, until the last part that we ended at. So until this side, we're going to do the back and do the same thing, and then slip stitch here. So I'm going to do that one more time, and then I will show you how we do the next row. So the next row we don't immediately do it like we did with the previous work. So 1, 2, I am going to continue, and then I'll show you what we do next. So this is how it looks. Alright, so I have reached the end of this row, and this is the second row underneath, and I slip stitch here, or chained 1. I'm going to go in here, slip stitch, and then chain 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then go in with a double crochet, and then we go into the next space with a double crochet, chain 1, 2, double crochet, and then in the next space with double crochet, chain 1, 2, double crochet. And we are going to continue with this until the end there. So this is how it looks. One, two, and in the same space. Okay, we have reached the end, and I slip stitch into the last row, and now we're going to just go in this space and then slip stitch, because we just want to get under here. So slip stitch, you use it to move to another place without having to cut. So I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, and now we are starting with our amazing pattern. So that's 3, chain 1, and then 3. And then we go into the next space with a single crochet, then we move into the next triangle with 3 double crochets, and then chain 1 and 3 double crochets. And we are going to continue with this, and then one more single crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that is it. This is how it looks, and then when it's over it, this is how it looks. So I am going to continue and finish it off, and we'll just put the final touches to the top, and that will be it. I just want to show you the final touch of how I put in this rope here. So I just made one long chain, make it as long as you want it to be, and then you just go ahead and count 3, and then you're gonna pull it over, and then 1 2 3 you're gonna pull it under. So this is how you just do this, over and under, over and under. And there you go. So I'm just going to do this one more time. Over and under. So you count 3 over, count 3 under. So okay, so this is how our top looks. And then I just made this little thing, so I just chained, and then I'm just gonna put it there, and that is how our top will be looking. So I just chained and then I tied this bow. If you don't know how to tie a bow, I'll just put a link below, but it's very easy. So I'm just going to use a piece of yarn and just put it there, and that will be our top. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if this is a crochet top that you will be making. I appreciate all the comments and the love, and I'm sending love to you all. Bye.